Okay, hello fellow YouTube people. Today what I'm going to be doing is taking apart my Glock 29 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter has quickly become my favorite round over the past month and a half or 2 months now that I've owned this weapon. Um, I bought this for a carry piece. Prior to this I was actually carrying around a Springfield XD45 tactical model, which anybody who's familiar knows is a rather large weapon. Well, it doesn't bother me at all to carry such a weapon. Had the tendency to kind of pop out from underneath my shirt, real bad printing issues. So, I thought instead of scaring people, I would go ahead and get something smaller. And it was a good excuse to go ahead and buy myself a Glock anyway. Nice weapon. I've had no issues with it. I've had it for about a month and a half, 2 months. I've already put 600 rounds through it. Not too surprising though, Glock is notoriously reliable. Already gone ahead and done a couple of modifications on this thing. As you can see, we have the Crimson Trace on there. Gone ahead and done the Trigicon night sights. Love these things. I couldn't believe how well they actually worked. Another thing, we did the extended controls. I hope you can see those there. I don't know how well my webcam is going to pick them up. And we also did the Pierce grip extension. Doing these modifications took maybe a total of an hour to an hour and a half. I'm an ASE certified mechanic by trade, so to me it was pretty brainless, to be honest with you. If you're not comfortable with working on your own weapon, obviously go ahead and take it into a gunsmith. Again, for me it was like playing with Legos. There was nothing to it. Now then, this thing has been perfect for me. When I first got this Crimson Trace, I don't know how many of you out there have them, but the actuator on the back feels almost just a little bit weak there. It's just a very light rubber feel, but I have had no issues. First thing I saw, I thought, well, damn, this thing might just tear, but so far, no issues at all. Hopefully it'll stay that way. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a real quick basic takedown of it. As everybody knows, Glocks are pretty easy to play with. So here we're going to go. Drop out, magazine out. Go ahead, pull it back, lock it up. Make sure there's nothing in the chamber. Everybody knows this, I'm sure. Take a quick look. Debatable portion here. I stick my finger in there even though I'm looking right at it and can tell there's nothing in there. That's how I was taught to do it. That's how I'll always do it. Some guys say, hey, you're going to get your fingers slammed in there. Well, better safe than sorry. If I get my finger slammed in there, well, then to hell with it. You don't know how many times I've had my fingers smashed anyway being a mechanic. All right, we're empty. Go ahead, drop the slide, pull the trigger, and then this becomes just a little bit more difficult. Anybody who's disassembled a Glock knows it's fairly easy. With this Crimson Trace on here, it does become a little bit more difficult because it widens up the back so much. It's hard to get the proper grip that they give you as far as instructions for taking it apart. But as normal, you're just going to go ahead, pull back just a little bit on it, release your front slide catch, push the slide forward, comes right off. Simple as can be, ready to clean. Go ahead and clean in there. It's all the internals. Everybody already who's familiar knows, make sure that you lube back here. Absolutely imperative on Glocks. Okay, simple as can be again. Recoil spring comes right out, nothing to it. Barrel comes right out. Ha ha ha. Can't help it. I love this 10 millimeter cartridge. I love the barrel, very nice. One thing that I did notice about the Glock barrel as opposed to my Springfield barrel is the thickness. This thing is really super thick. You look at the Springfield XD barrel, and I would say that this thing almost has, as far as entire diameter, maybe, it's hard to say. It could be up to a millimeter thicker. Got your slide off, all very simple. Reassembly, exactly the opposite. You're going to go ahead, take your slide. I'm going to go ahead and put the barrel in, slide it forward just a little bit, drop down, pull back. Recoil spring, pops right in there. Another thing I love about the Glocks, there is just Not much to going ahead and fixing these things or putting them back together at all. You have your frame or your grip, however you like to refer to it. Make sure everything's lined up. Pull back, and you're good to go again. Again, the Glock 29 10mm. If you want to carry a larger cartridge, I would suggest using either a 10mm or a 45, but that's personal preference. Lots of guys are happy with the 9 or the 40 caliber small and weak. Yes, the small and weak. It was developed off of the 10mm round. The 10mm was too strong for the FBI. Some agents had recoil complaints. With me, that has not been an issue. I'm a fairly big guy. I work with impact tools all day long. The recoil simply does not bother me whatsoever. I don't consider it to be any more than any 45 I've ever shot. Generally, I'll shoot the buffalo bore out of here or gold dots. Yes, I spoil myself a little when it comes to this thing, but that's okay. I'm in love with it. Hope you all enjoyed that. I'll see you later. We'll talk about one of my others.